This conference will now be recorded.
Two little flags. Oh, you got the flag, Jackie. Good girl. All right. Why don't we get started? I want to welcome everybody to our virtual go-to meeting, Woodbury Town Board, December 3rd, 2020 at 7:30. Well, actually 7:34 today. All right. Why don't we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence for all those who do well for the people. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. All right. Is there anybody on that would like to say something that's on the Maria Hunter? You seem to be the only person there.
There is someone else on, Frank. There's a caller one, which I don't know who that is.
Well, they got to put themselves names on there, otherwise it doesn't work.
Yep.
I don't think you can do that if you call in with a phone and not with a video or smartphone.
Well, then who is it?
I don't know.
It's John Smith.
Oh, Mr. Smith.
John Smith.
Okay. Is there anything you want to talk about that's on the agenda, Mr. Smith?
I just managed to find it and even how to get on. I just want to congratulate everybody on the great job they did to reinstore the date for the pool vote bond.
Well, that was all Mr. Senator Scoopus's, so I appreciate that. Thank you. Maria, did you want to say anything?
They're not on the agenda, but I just want to remind everyone in the next Friday, September 11th, that there's a service at 7 p.m. at the Highland Mills Firehouse. It'd be nice if I see all the town board members there. It's an event that it's solemn, and I push everyone to attend it because the beautification committee, we went and had those monuments erected there, and it's something that I go there every year, and we'll have flower baskets there from the beautification committee. So I just invite everyone to please attend it.
Thank you very much, Maria. All right, we'll get started. This I'm gonna do a commercial. This board meeting is brought to you by Oreos. Kid will eat the middle of an Oreo first. Drop the cookie outside for last.
No, you're supposed to stick your fork in the middle of the Oreo and dunk it in the milk.
No. All right. Let's get started. Administrative business. I need a motion to accept and a second for the minutes of August 20th, 2020.
I'll make the motion, Tom Burke.
Second, Hunter. Thank you. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Burke. So I did it again. Supervisor Palermo. Sorry, I just got back from vacation. It's been a crazy week. For those of you that don't know, it's been a crazy week.
Yes.
Supervisor Palermo.
Yes.
Councilman Burke.
Yes.
Councilman Etzel.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez.
I think Jackie's frozen the last I saw.
I think she only responds to Queen now.
Okay. Your Highness Hernandez. We'll just say she'll say yes.
Yeah.
I can't see her on my screen, so she's nodding yes. That's news to me as well.
She might.
And Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
All right.
Thank you. Abstract 16, Desiree, can you please read that?
Yes, Abstract 16 contains vouchers 2011-60 through 2012-05 and totals $45,485.22. That's a small one.
Yes, it is. It was very nice. I make the motion to accept that abstract.
I'll second.
Okay,
Tyler?
Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
I lost power we lost power over here. I don't know what happened.
There was
All
an
right, well, you're back.
MVA a car ran into a pole over by the Savory.
Okay. Well, I'm
Again?
outside.
Yep.
Yeah, about 2 hours
Area
ago.
that I was
Yeah.
talking about.
Okay. Budget modifications. Desiree, please.
They are two this evening to the 2020 budget. The first is for the police fund by increasing B 9060.801 HRA MVP by $54,000 and decreasing B 9060.800 health insurance by $54,000. And for the refuse fund, increasing SR 9060.801 HRA MVP by $11,397 and decreasing SR 9060.800 health insurance by $11,397.
Thank you, Desiree.
You're welcome.
Okay, we'll get on to new business.
Nope, you need a motion
Yeah.
and a second first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
I'll second a motion, Jackie Hernandez.
Thank you. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez. Am I supposed to say Queen? All right,
Yeah,
Councilman
we are.
Hunter. Prince Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. New business. I need a motion and a second for the town board to authorize the town clerk to publish a scheduled hearing on October 1st, 2020, 7:30 PM, cap override local law.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
Hey, Joe, can you mute yourself? Because there's a lot of feedback over Frank.
Sure. Do you want to just take that
Yeah.
last motion, Desiree, as per the printed resolution?
Yeah, the resolution includes all your secret stuff, declaring yourself lead agency and typing it as an unlisted action. And I think a preliminary, nope, yep, just those two. So I have, that motion was made by Councilman Burke. I don't know who seconded it though, because there was a lot
I
of
did.
feedback.
I
Okay,
did.
thank you. Thank you.
Oh, need a roll call.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, we need to authorize the town board and for the town clerk to schedule a public hearing on October 1st, 2020, special district roll. Did you want to read it, Desiree, or we can just?
I mean, I can if you want. It's just the 5 roles: the consolidated sewer, water 6, refuse district, sewer 1, and Highland Lake Estate sewer district. And those are the only special districts that the town has that are charged per unit rather than ad valorem. And this is the hearing that gives the public the opportunity to correct the roll based on the number of units you're charged, not about the amount of tax money you pay.
Okay.
So that's the difference.
Okay, and I am going to try my best
Yeah.
to have this on October 1st live because this is my most favorite meeting of the year.
Yes, I know it is.
So I'm going to make the motion to authorize it. I need a second.
Second.
Thank you. And for those new people to the board, Councilman Burke and Councilman Etzel, I think that you will, it'll take your heart away when we go. You're going to be
It's
pressed,
riveting.
I promise. I'm telling you. It really
Mhm.
is.
Yeah.
All right, so we need a roll call.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Last scheduled hearing. A motion for a public hearing on October 1st, 2020 for the removal of town laws which no longer apply. I guess that would be town law number 2 this year?
It's actually introductory local law number 2,
Yeah.
entitled repeal of various chapters in town code. And as part of your motion, you're also declaring yourselves lead agency pursuant to secret and typing it as an unlisted action.
Someone's moving a lot of stuff around. I
Yeah,
can
it's
hear
Joe
it.
again.
Joe. Okay.
I was
Do we
doing
have a
so
motion?
well.
Do we have the motion and the second?
Not yet.
I'll make the motion.
All right,
Call it a
Tyler
name.
made the motion and Jackie seconded.
Awesome. Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, I need on D, authorize the supervisor to sign the police traffic service program. This is a program where the police for seatbelt mobilization enforcement, regular patrol traffic safety, and it amounts to $10,000 and $10. If the state's going to give us a nickel, we should take it. So,
Yeah. That was
I
for the
need a-
grant, right, Frank?
yes, I need a motion and a second.
Okay. I'll make the motion.
Thank you.
I'll second the motion.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Frank, can I ask a question? I know we voted on already. Does that go as addition to what the hours are working or why they are regular hours?
I'm not really sure. It's about 70 pages long. I'll gladly give it to you to look at. I would think that it has to do with, they give us the grant to do those things.
They have
put
to
the men on
dedicate,
do it.
they have to
Yeah.
dedicate a certain number of hours to it.
Correct.
Right, okay.
Okay. Accept the auction results for the surplus equipment. Now, I had that somewhere and I don't know where I put it.
You can just say as presented.
As presented.
Yeah, I mean, unless you don't want to accept any of those bids that came in.
I don't have a problem with any of them. Anybody else? Nope. Okay, so I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Roll
That was
call.
Tom.
Yes.
Yep.
Thank you. Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Moving along. Authorize the supervisor to sign the change orders 1, 2, and 3, which were given out to complete the courthouse roof, which has been completed, but I just need your motion to sign those change orders.
I'll make that motion. Tom Burke.
So I got a second?
I'll second the motion.
Thank you, Jackie.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Frank,
Um,
Frank, this Tom, before we go further, that should pretty much do it for the roof, right? That's it.
It's done, yeah, that's everything. We need a motion and a second. I'm just looking, do I have to sign anything here on this insurance policy, Desiree?
Yeah, you got to sign them both. I have them in my office for you tomorrow morning.
Okay, so I need a motion to authorize the supervisor. I'll do this both together. I guess we can do that and you can
No, they're
okay?
they're not for the same company, so you should probably do
Oh,
them separately,
okay.
because one's for
All right.
MVP and one for CDPHP.
Okay, so I need to authorize the supervisor to sign the renewal of the MVP health insurance policy, which I think it went up 5 point something percent.
Yes.
Desiree gave us today, so I need a motion and a second for that, please. I'll make the motion. I need a second.
I'll second.
Thank you, Bob. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yeah, yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay. I need a motion and a second to authorize the supervisor to sign to renew the CDPHP Delta Dental insurance policy, which has not gone up at all. It will remain the same as last year. I need a motion and a second, please.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Tyler?
Bob Hunter.
Bob Hunter? Okay. Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Okay, on the next one, I think that we are all going to have to make a trip to the town clerk's office. We must, and I say that as a must,
Underline
sign
exclamation.
the tax collector's bond. Normally it's done at the board meeting. All 5 board members, or at least 3 of the 5 of us, have to sign that. So I would ask that everybody make an appointment to go see the town clerk and get that signed early next week.
You don't have to
Frank,
make you don't have to make an appointment. You can just come on down to the basement and sign it.
Desiree, this is Tom. Is that available for tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would have been
Thank you.
available tonight if we were together. I mean, I'd run it
Yeah.
over to your house now, but I don't have it.
Would you
Yeah.
briefly tell me what that is?
Do you want me to do that, Frank, or?
Yeah, you can do it. That's okay.
Okay, so we have to show proof to the county clerk's office that we have bonding in place for our tax collector. So when the warrant gets issued by the county, they have the paperwork in order. And you get extra insurance bonding for the tax collector because of the fact that she collects millions of dollars on behalf of you and the county. And you all have to sign it so that you can acknowledge that it's in place.
Thank you.
I didn't hear you, Tyler.
It's a bond, it's a surety bond for the tax collector for the money that she collects, in case it
Yeah.
goes missing. Right.
Yeah, there's one
Okay.
in there's one in her. She has one. There's one for me. There's one for the supervisor.
Okay.
There's one for the judges because we all collect money.
Right,
But
okay.
hers has to be
Yep.
filed with the county because she collects on behalf of the county too.
Yeah, but it just said bond, so I wasn't sure what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
No problem. We're going to authorize schedule interviews for prospective library board members on September 10th, 2020 at 6 p.m. and that will be at Town Hall in person. Do we got to vote on that or?
Yes.
We do? Okay.
Yes,
So-
because you're scheduling a special meeting.
Okay, so I'll make the motion.
I'll second the motion.
Thank you. Desiree?
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Thank you.
And Desiree,
Yeah.
excuse me, Tom again. How many people are on the list to be interviewed?
There
8.
are 8. I've already
8.
emailed you their letters and the schedule that's been set up, and all but 2 have confirmed.
Okay. I guess next on the well, before I go to the update on the lawsuit, I'm going to read a letter that I'm going to ask the board to authorize me to sign. This was just given to me late today. Joey Gianzero and myself went and visited a piece of property that's at 48 Hadley Farm Road. It's on, the fallen trees are on town property. There are 3 trees that are leaning over on other trees, and there are 2 that are on the floor that fell from our property. This is the land that divides WP3 and the outside world. And so in order for us to cut these trees, we need to go on 48 Hadley Farm Road. It's a home there. She's actually the lady that called us to let us know about it. So the letter says, "Dear Ms. Jackson, the town of Woodbury owns certain properties directly adjacent to your property, located at 48 Hadley Farm Road. Several trees on the town's property have recently fallen and or are in need of removal. In order to do so, the town requires access of these trees via your property. By signing this letter, you agree to allow the town of Woodbury and its agents to access your property on September, whatever date that will be, or whatever date it will be. I'll fill that in. For the purpose of removing down and deteriorated trees on town's property. As a condition of this agreement, the town agrees to use all due diligence in removing said trees and agrees to leave your property in the same condition in which it was found. Supervisor Frank Palermo, and then she signs it, Melissa Jackson. So I need a motion and a second. I would have sent that, but we just got it.
Joe, do we
make that
need to
agreement.
hold harmless in that?
Well, no, I prepared the letter. We're actually going on her property. She's not coming on ours. If they were doing something on our property, then yes.
Okay.
And I just threw in the fact that, obviously if the town, we can't leave any debris on her property or mess up the grass or the lawn or whatever it might be. So we'll leave her property in the same condition it was in before we started our work. And we have insurance, of course, if for some reason there is some damage, we're insured. So that won't be a problem.
Anybody else? Okay. I need a motion and a second.
Make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, you got Bob and Tom. Desiree, please.
Supervisor Palermo,
Yes.
Councilman Burke,
Yes.
Councilman Etzel,
Yes.
Councilwoman Hernandez,
Yes.
Councilman Hunter.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. Now, last is an update. Excuse me, an update on the lawsuit between the town and the village. And I'll just read the statement. I would like to update the public as to the status of the litigation the town commenced against the village for the return of properties transferred to the village without the town's proper board approval. In the beginning of this year, I met with the new mayor, Tim Egan, twice, and we had several discussions to find ways to resolve the dispute concerning the land transfers. Our discussions were very positive, and we were able to reach an agreement in principle supported by the majority of the new village board to share ownership of the properties. The town then had the town surveyor mark the properties to show what the expected new boundaries would be, so both the town and the village board members could observe them clearly. On July 20th, the town board adopted a resolution that would settle the litigation on the terms that had been discussed with the mayor. The town board was of the belief that the village would take this action on the proposed settlement during its August meetings. Unfortunately, the town has not received a response from the village board. Inasmuch as the properties were transferred to the village without the town board's approval, the town board believes that the agreement reached in principle is more than fair. Time is short. Our next conference before the judge is on October 1st. We must hope that the village board will act very soon to approve the settlement and that both boards can continue to work together to serve the interests of all the residents of both the town and the village. So that's pretty much what I have to say on that. I'm not going to go any further. I think it says it all. We did what we had to do. We sent it over, and now we're just waiting for that to be completed. Any board members have anything they want to say? Okay, thank you.
Frank, I just wanted to add in there that I think that with everything going on, the residents have spoken and the town board is really working hard to address the needs of the community, which is to bring this lawsuit to an end. And I'm really hoping that the village board will meet that expectation. So I being that I was a part of the board initially that came up with a decision to challenge some of these issues. Along with you, Frank, I'm really hoping that this really comes to an end before the end of the year.
Thank you, Jackie. Appreciate it. All right. Where am I? Board comments. Councilman / Supervisor Burke.
All right. I just have a few comments tonight. First of all, I did reach out last week to Monroe Woodbury, and I spoke with both the superintendent and Patrick Cahill. I did receive a call back from Mr. Cahill's office. So the update for that is that they did receive the contract with the adjustments that we like to see. Mr. Joe McCade, he did that for me, and he sent it over for all of us. And I received a call today stating that they did forward it to their attorney, and that we're expecting to hear back from them early next week. He said that their office was out, this past week for vacation. So we'll get it. We'll get this hopefully resolved by next week for the SROs. Also, can anybody hear me, or is there a lot of static?
No, I hear you
There's
fine.
static coming from Frank.
Oh, okay.
Me?
Yeah, that's what it says on my phone. It says Frank and Tom are talking at the same time.
Okay, I'll be quick. I just don't want to get off without thanking Senator Skoufis for stepping in like he did, very quickly and helping us resolve this voting issue for September 9th. And can't can't say enough about the work, the time and effort that was put in by Desiree. And I'm glad that we were able to have this resolved, because it was a tremendous amount of work that Desiree did for us, and would have been a shame for it all not to come to fruition for September 9th. So, and Desiree, thank you, of course. And last but not least, to all the park and rec people that were there this whole summer. We got one more weekend to go. Hopefully we get through. They did a fantastic job. The lifeguards, the gatekeepers, Joe in the buildings and grounds. So I just want to make a mention of that tonight. We're coming into our last weekend, and it was just a terrific. I spent a lot of time up this year, and it was really enjoyable. And so thanks to that, and everybody be safe. Thank you.
Mr. Supervisor, just following up on Tom's comments, I do need to speak with Joe Gianzaro about a few other matters that have been going on with respect to the park. I don't know if you reached out to him. I haven't spoken to him yet, but if you can, maybe if you can ask him to reach out to me as well, so we can resolve some of those outstanding issues.
Will do, Joe. Thank you. I'm just writing it down right now. I'm sorry. Councilman Hunter.
just like to encourage everyone to come out to vote September 9th for the pool in Central Valley. This is a very important and vital part of our parks department. And people don't understand how important it is. People move to this town because of our parks and the schools. But when they see the parks, it can change their mind. So, get out there and vote for it. It's your tax dollars at work. It's tangible. You can go jump in it. You can float around in it. and say, yeah, this is my tax dollars at work. So please get out and vote for it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Hunter. Deputy Supervisor.
Hi,
Jackie?
guys. Yes, I'm on. Unfortunately, I got we're experiencing all types of technical difficulties. So I appreciate everybody's patience. I want to just kind of piggyback off of Tom and Bob. The pool, we're excited. This has been over a year of planning and discussions and conversations and lots of emotion, lots of passion, and we're at this very, very pivotal point. We're gonna hopefully get a lot of advertisement out to remind the public that that the vote is on the 9th, and it's from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. at the senior center. This vote almost didn't happen with the governor's executive order, and James Skoufis really went to bat for Woodbury and was able to get that determination that we were able to do it. So just as just as my fellow councilman talked about, it's we are very eager. This is a critical vote because it will allow us to then proceed and to begin construction, which is what we want to do. So I want to say that. I wanted to thank the Parks Department, all of the gatekeepers, the buildings and grounds, our director of parks, for all of the hard work this summer. Many areas, municipalities weren't able to open their pools, and we remained open, and the residents were happy. Of course, it wasn't a perfect situation with us not having a pool, but we're just happy that we were able to offer that to the residents. And we are hoping that as of September, if our numbers remain good across New York State, that we will begin to open up other areas. I know the residents have talked about, when we were opening things up, when are we offering more hours? When will people be able to go in person? We're dictated as a municipality. We're governed by the governor. And so even our meetings, we're eager to be in person again, but we have to follow what is given to us as far as what we can and cannot do. So we're hopeful that we'll be able to expand the services and offer more. So we ask the residents for their patience, and we appreciate everyone's consideration with wearing masks, social distancing. I also would like to thank the village for, particularly the mayor, for assisting in addressing traffic enforcement in Woodbury. I believe that they have reviewed many of the highway areas and have increased, Rob Wagner in the highway department has increased signage to remind community residents to slow down when they're driving, especially in areas where children are. Schools are starting up next week, so we have to be very conscious of the fact that kids are going to be out. And then lastly, as schools open, this is going to be a very stressful time for our community as children are going back to a hybrid cohort. I think, remember, Woodbury won't even be open really except for 1 day a week for students. Cornwall will be 2 days a week. And so this is going to be a stressful time, and we just, we're hoping that our town board can be a support to families in whatever way possible. I'll be working with the library to see if, there are other programs that could be offered that could supplement support our community. So thank you all for all that you are doing. I hope for a very, very wonderful Labor Day for our families and a wonderful school year.
Thank you, Jackie. Last but not least, Councilman Etzel.
Yes, I was introduced into the budget process this week, and I'd like to thank the department heads that came forward so far that did a really nice job. They seem to be quite thorough, and it really helped speed the process along. So I want to congratulate them on doing a good job. And they also took into account that we're strained financially this year from COVID. And they did take that into consideration, and we greatly appreciate it. And of course, don't forget to vote, and have a great Labor Day weekend.
Thank you. Desiree?
Yeah, I just thought since this will be the last meeting before the bond vote, and maybe a lot of people will be watching it, I just wanted to explain the procedures that we have put in place with regards to COVID and safety at the voting location. As some of you have said, the voting is open 9 to 9 on September 9th. There will be a very easy flow of the voting. Everyone will be required to come in through the front door. There will be markings on the floor designating the 6 feet separation between people or groups. If you and your spouse or partner or whatnot are together, obviously you can stand next to each other, but if you're with strangers, no. People will walk in the front door. They will go, as they walk in, to the right. If you're familiar with the senior center, is where you will be signing in. It'll be broken up by alphabetical by last name. Then you'll continue to the left to where the polling booths will be for you to fill in your ballot, and then continuing again to the left to slide your ballot into the machine. And then you'll be exiting to the left, which is the side door in the front of the building, where there's an even flow. No one will be able to come in through the back door, so please do not try to do that. You have to come in through the front door. This is the way we're going to do it so that we can be sure that everyone's staying a safe distance. All poll workers will be wearing a mask. They will be wearing gloves. There will be the chair people, which there are 2, will be responsible for wiping down all pens and voting areas throughout the day. There will be gallons of hand sanitizer in the room for people to use coming in and going. There will be extra masks. If you show up without a mask, you will have to wear one, so we will give you one if you don't have one. There will be plenty of paper towels and soap in the bathrooms. The workers are being encouraged to wash their hands as frequently as they need to. So there are enough people there to cover that turnover of going to the bathroom and back, or using hand sanitizer and back. So we have taken a lot of precautions to make sure that the workers and the voters are safe, and just be patient, because the 6 feet markings is going to make the line look longer than it is. But it's just a yes, no vote. So it really should go pretty quickly, I would hope. So if anyone has any questions from the board about what we have in place, I'm here. Otherwise, good night.
Okay, and just so the people who do not know, she did mention it, but I'll mention it again. It'll be held at the Senior Center in Highland Mills off of County 105.
Supervisor Palermo, Frank, yeah, just one question I have. I missed when I was speaking. On the end of Thunderberg and Inninger, I see that the lights have been installed. Do you have has anybody contacted the town or anybody about when those will be in operation?
No, I did speak to, first of all, we had no idea who put those lights up. Someone posted it on Facebook, and I was like, wait a minute, nobody signed those agreements yet. But it turns out, I asked Joe to look into it. I think I'm getting feedback. Someone's got to turn their mic on. If everybody goes, okay, much better. So what happened is I did speak to Mr. Bill Brodsky, and apparently an agreement, the county preferred that Mr. Brodsky install those lights. And so an agreement was made between, I don't know their name, Mosher or something like that, and Brodsky with the county. The county did give Mr. Brodsky the permits. They preferred him to put them in, so he did. As far as when they will be operational, I do not know. That'll all be done between, I guess, the county and the state. It is on a county road, so I guess it has to do with the county when they're going to turn it on.
The reason why I brought it up is because I was just wondering if it was going to, coincide with the opening of the school with the buses, like towards the end of September.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I would think so. I would hope so. Let's put it that way.
All right,
Anybody else? Okay.
I'll be speaking with, that's the Woodbury Villas project.
Yes.
The portion
Yes.
of the lights that were installed, there was some confusion, but the traffic light portions that have been installed were pursuant to original planning board approvals issued many years ago by initially the town and later the village planning board. And the county has issued the appropriate permits, and we have a signed agreement with Woodbury Villas, and they have provided us with the proper insurance. I'll be speaking with their attorney, and I will find out whether or not it's intended that the traffic light will become operational. There's an adjoining portion near the intersection which is VMG, and I forget the full name right now. It's VMG, but VMG still needs to provide us with a survey of the portion of the town property that they're going to be working on, provide us with the insurance documentation. They are not yet prepared to do that. They don't have their survey yet, but I understand that it's being worked on. And we've been discussing with the village that if VMG has to perform any work on town property at that intersection, which they will, that we're requesting that they get village permits as well. So there was some miscommunication, but actually the work was authorized and approved. I guess it's one of these instances where Facebook started a little bit of turmoil, but it was correct. It was correct. And I will follow up and I'll try to find out when that intersection is actually going to get signalized.
Thank you, Joe. Aside from that, did you have anything else you wanted to say, Joe?
No.
Okay. First of all, I would just like to say that it's been a very, very hectic couple of days. We got a call on Monday telling us that we couldn't have the vote. I notified our town clerk. Well, I didn't, but she was notified. And we went into action to not have the vote. And then the next day we get an email a text message from Senator Skoufis that he's working on it. And then today, early this morning, we learned that we can continue to vote. So the whole thing behind the vote was that on August 24th, the governor issued an edict that you had to open it up to absentee ballots, all elections. But when Senator Skoufis spoke to him, he noted that it was just a simple bond resolution that we were voting on. They don't require absentee ballots. And so the governor did succeed in saying that it was okay to have the vote. And so now the vote is back on. I want to thank Desiree today for putting that all back together again. She's done a great job with this. I can't thank her enough. And for everybody else that's out there working to get this vote through. So please come out and vote. It's your town. Usually the people that complain the most are the ones that don't vote. But I hope that everybody does come out. It's a big thing for our town, and it's important to have. It's a great recreational facility, and it's dedicated to a great man. So I want to see that continue. So please come out. Your vote is important. Every vote is important. So please make it a point to stop by the senior center on next Wednesday, the 9th, and come out and vote. Yes, Labor Day is coming up this weekend. It ends our park season as far as swimming. As it's been stated, they've done a tremendous job, and we truly appreciate everything that our Joey and the Parks Department, our Parks Committee, all our lifeguards, our attendants, security, the whole 9 yards. It was a wonderful season, and I thank them personally for doing the job that they did. Now, we did have an incident up there. One of our lifeguards who had to go back to school came out with a positive test for COVID-19, but he's gone back to get a retest. I've not heard about it, but we did do all the proper information notifying the Orange County Board of Health, Department of Health. They've checked into it. We've supplied them with anyone that's been up there, so they're taking any precautions that they need to take. They told us that we needed to close it, which we did on Monday, and it's now reopened again. And please feel free to go up there. It's been cleared, so we've done a great job cleaning it up. And so enjoy this upcoming weekend, and have a great time. Just bring your mask with you. You're not required to wear it the entire time, but you do need a mask to go down by the water. As Tyler stated, we're in the middle of doing our budgets. Tomorrow, we've got a full day. He's been a great asset sitting there. It's a great learning experience. It's a lot different doing a municipal budget than doing a budget for your business. But I think he's enjoying it, and he has been a big help. He has brought up some ideas, and I appreciate him being there. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Burke, you'll be there tomorrow?
Yes, I will.
Okay,
See you
should be
tomorrow.
fun. Should be
Great.
fun.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah, it is. And I will say that as Tyler learned, our department heads come completely prepared. They know what they need to do. They've got an explanation for every expenditure, and it's amazing how well the machine is oiled. And so it makes it easier on us when they come in. They're prepared, and we just review what they're doing, and it becomes very pleasurable. So I'm looking forward to the rest of it. And I'm also looking forward to be done with. So
Frank, I had a lengthy discussion with Tyler. He was a big help to me. I had some questions just so I'm not walking in totally blind. And one of the things he did say was the department heads that they did an outstanding job. So I'm expecting the same tomorrow.
Yeah, they do. They do a good job. I want to, as Maria Hunter pointed out, Friday, 9/11, next Friday at 9/11, we will be at the firehouse / village hall for the services. I do try to attend it every year unless I'm out of town, and I hope that everybody does go there. It's today we should never forget. I was down there when it happened, so I know I'll never forget it. But it's something that this country should never ever forget, and they should understand that, with all this bickering going on in this country, you think about what happened on that day, and I just don't get it. I really don't get it. People need to get along. You could be dead the next day. What are you fighting over senseless, stupid stuff that I won't say it's stupid, but it's senseless. The burning, the looting, and everything else. It's wrong, and people need to understand we're one country, and we all need to get along, and because you never know where you're going to be tomorrow. Parks Department I talked about, and last but not least, thank you, Senator Skoufis. As always, you came through for the town of Woodbury. I greatly appreciate it, as well as the rest of the town board. I think I heard Jackie screaming last night, or when she found out that there was a possibility. And this morning, no, that wasn't an earthquake. It was probably Jackie jumping up and down that we got the vote. So, thank you. And aside from that, I want to wish everybody a wonderful Labor Day. And I need a motion and a second to close our meeting.
I'll make
the
that motion.
I'll
Thank you,
second it.
Jackie. Thank you, Tom. I wanted to say God bless Woodbury and the United States, and we'll see you all in a couple of weeks. Thank you. Oh, is everybody in favor?
Aye.
Have a good night.
Aye,
Everybody in favor?
yes.
Night.
Okay,
Oh, yes.
then we can go home. Now we
Frank.
can go home.
Frank,
Take care, everybody.
Frank,
Thank you. Bye.
Frank,
Bye.
do we want to go to executive session for 2 minutes and talk about
About what?
today?
Do you want to go into an attorney-client session?
Okay.
No, because we
No?
have a problem when we do that, because if anybody's on, they can still listen.
Do
But-
you want me to send
Well, they-
an invite?
Never mind. We can do it another time. It's all
Okay.
right.
I'm trying to think about what happened today.
The senior center.
No,
Okay.
no, that doesn't need an executive session.
Oh,
No.
okay. All right.
Okay, so,
Yeah.
I'll clue you all in and we'll say goodnight. Good
Good
night,
night.
Joe.
Thanks,
Good night.
Clara.
Good night.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Happy Labor Day.
This conference will now be recorded.